Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Sherry, Sherry's Plans, and today I want to show you how I set up my MakseLife 2025 goal planner, so let's get into it. So first thing is I actually already did change out my interchangeable cover. So that's a new thing with MakseLife planners this year is they are offering interchangeable covers. Which is really awesome if you want to like be able to switch out if you can't decide between a couple covers, and they're reversible. So like this one has like a reversible like pinstripe cover on the inside. This is the pebble cover. And I will say though, it's not super easy to switch out your covers. Like if I'm comparing it to the Erin Condren snap-in covers, these ones are a little bit more difficult, but they are like a vegan leather cover. So it's a little bit more difficult to pop them on and off, but so it's not something I'm definitely going to do a whole lot, but I really want to just change out my cover from the one I had. I didn't like the inside print, and that was just too much for me. So anyways, I went ahead and changed it to this pebble one. So let me show you guys how I set it up here, and I want to talk about like how I'm using the toolkits as well. So if you didn't see my review video, is I bought the annual goals toolkits, 4 of the quarterly goal toolkits. I bought enough so I have enough for like the year on this, and then the annual goals toolkit, and I'll show you guys what I'm using. I'm also going to quickly point out and say I did get the 2024 reflections booklet. It was free with purchase at the time when I got my planner. It's not something, I didn't fill this out, and I want to say, you know, you have that permission. Give yourself that permission to not do what they even say this like in MakseLife, like in the trainings, but go where the energy is. Like if you just don't have the drive to do your reflections, or just don't have like, you know, that's fine. You can not do something. So I chose not to do the 2024 reflections. I just, in my time that I had in December where I would normally do those reflections, I just didn't prioritize that, so it's not happening. So I want to show you guys my name page here. I just threw some stickers on here to decorate for this. I believe these stickers are from Wrong, and the name sticker was from Planner Kate. So I'm gonna flip through here. On the inside here, on this 2025 page, is I did put some of our plans for the year, some things that are happening, and I did use the dot markers so they coordinate with that area of life. I do want to show you guys, I have like my whole accessories pouch here, and I've got it like, I sit it right under my desk, so whenever I am ready to goal plan, I just pull that up from under my desk. But I'm using the dot markers here. And so on the inside, I completed the compass assessment, and the way I complete the compass assessment is there is this assessment scoring guide here that you can absolutely use to help you figure out what your score should be. I've done this a handful of times. I love that it's here in the front of your planner. I don't love that it doesn't, hold on, where are we at? I don't love that you don't get it at each quarterly assessment. So it does make it kind of hard. Like if you're somebody who uses this to get your assessment scoring, but it's not offered again in the planner, and I do understand like that'd be a lot more pages. You don't have this to keep refilling out to answer those questions. That's why I don't use it. I just kind of go off of where I feel my scoring is and where I want it to go and all that. So I've used the dot markers here to write out where I think my score is. And again, when you score, you don't want to compare it to somebody else's how low or how high, because our scorings it's just for us, right? So this is just where I put my scoring, and I use the dot markers to, you know, right where I scored there. And like I said, I didn't fill out this assessment scoring. I did fill out my intentions page. And again, I think this is something that like a lot of people get hung up on. Don't get hung up on the intentions page or reflections or something. I seriously try to like just write. And if I'm sitting there writing and I can't come up with like anything else, like if I get a word or two down and I can't come up with anything else, move on. That's it. You know, I can come back and write something down if I want to, but most of the time I don't want to get stuck on writing or trying to find the right words or what. So I just kind of like quickly move on. So give yourself like a 5-minute timer or something and just fill out this page. I did pick my word of the year is persevere. And I actually used, MakseLife has a really cool part of their trainings that they did, but they were talking about using AI to set goals and all that. I haven't actually watched the whole training yet, but it did like inspire me to try to use AI to figure out like my word of the year. And I used ChatGPT, kind of said a couple things into it, you know, to help me pick out a word of the year, and it came up with this, and I just felt it was so perfect. So some of what I wrote down here is what ChatGPT gave to me, and that's what I went with for my word of the year. I didn't want to spend too much time thinking about it, trying to find the perfect word. Use AI. I added some affirmation washi from Coffee Monsters Co. down here as well, just to these couple pages, just to kind of, I just love the affirmations on there, so kind of just to give it a little bit. So here I didn't use these pages, my annual goal pages, and I actually just had a post that I put up, I think it was today, about doing the annual goals. I had intended to, if you saw my 2025 planner lineup that I did at the beginning of December, I had planned on sharing with you guys the entire month of December how I set up my planners, how I set up and how I'm using them, and how I'm setting my goals. I had planned to definitely share a lot more. And of course, life happened. One of my 10-year-old dogs had hurt his leg on December 1st. It didn't improve, and he actually ended up needing surgery, and it was like a pretty significant surgery that he needed, and he's doing great now. He's on his way to recovery, but he needed a lot of extra care, and it just required a lot out of me. So I just didn't have it in me to even like write out my goals or to like film a video, right? So I just kind of, I put my energy into caring for him and everything. And he's doing, like I said, he's doing great now. I think he's like 3.5 weeks post surgery. So he's recovering great. He's, really wants to do more than he should be able to, but he's fine. But with all that to say, I had planned on doing a lot more with these pages to make them like really cute, to make them like, you know, just decorate them a little bit more and everything. And then when it finally came down to it, I'm like, I just want to get my goals down. Like, I didn't want to sit here and try to think about how I want to make this pretty and just whatever. So just put the goals down. Put your goals to paper. It doesn't have to be anything pretty. I actually used the back of the highlighters, this bullet point tip on the Moxie markers, to write out these goals in the colorway of the areas of life. And then I used some of the stickers from the functional planner sheets. I was going to try to find other ways to incorporate these stickers, but like I said, I just didn't have it in me. So I just used those stickers and wrote out my goals. And done is better than perfect. It is on paper. Goals are done. Goals are set, right? So this is what my annual goals look like for personal. Lots about routines and growth on my Instagram, YouTube, TikTok platforms. That's a lot of my what I'm working on this year. As far as fun and recreation, I did put hobbies in here because I saw that, like, where is it? I like to reference this page a lot when I'm looking at setting goals. When you're trying to figure out what goal, where to put a goal, sometimes it might be helpful to use this page. And I use this page a lot. But in here, they've got a lot about planning, and then they've got a lot about hobbies and projects and being creative and all that. So that's why I put my planning routines and other routines in here, and exploring some hobbies. I've been working on some paint by numbers, and I've just got some other things I want to explore. But I put that here instead of in fun and recreation. Fun and recreation, I have, I think I wrote down 80 books here, but I want to say somewhere else I wrote down 75. So goals tend to change depending on what planner they're in. But anyways, I have 80 goals here. Well, 80 books here for this goal. We'll see how that goes. And to plan a staycation. For work and learning, I've also got a lot in here, but starting and finishing an MBA program, learning Final Cut Pro, which I had bought last year and still haven't like every time I go to like edit a video, I'm like, I don't have time to learn and figure this out. I just want to get the video up for you guys. So taking time to learn Final Cut Pro, I need to set up my LinkedIn profile, set up Like to Know It. It's another platform so you can like use links and I can share links to where I buy things, right? So it's just another platform like that, another commissionable platform. And then digital planning, again, that's something I really want to learn more about this year. Family relationships, we're going to be planning our Disney World trip, and I also want to plan another trip to go visit my parents. Annual goals, health and wellness. Again, this looks different for everybody, but I feel like I put lose 50 pounds on here every year, and I have not. So it's definitely on there as a goal. Again, like my annual goals to me, when I put an annual goal on here, it's kind of a very broad, general, type of goal in the most cases. And then when I get to my quarterly goals, I take that annual goal and I chunk it down. And then I take that quarterly goal and I chunk it down to the monthly goal. And then you chunk that even down even more into your weekly action items. So big goal, you know, losing some weight this year and getting healthy. And that's just, to me, that's just healthy where I think healthy is. So it's not, you know, like I'm not going to say like you have to weigh a certain amount, whatever. Like health, wellness, it's all individualized, but that's my goal for me. That's a number for me that I want to get down to. But also I thought it'd be really cool to do a pull-up, and I'd actually had this conversation with my boyfriend many years ago when we had first started dating and everything. I was working out a lot more and I was able to do a pull-up, and he was there with me the first time I was able to do an unassisted pull-up by myself, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And he still picks on me for how, you know, excited I was, but I think it was the coolest thing ever. So that is another goal. And then being able to run a 5K and also increasing my water daily. So those are just some of the things I put down for health and wellness for annual goals. As far as spiritual and personal growth, completing the reflections weekly and monthly, practicing gratitude or journaling, and then participating in Club Moxie. Finances, paying off credit cards, reaching sales goals with the different companies that I work with, that I've set for myself. Buying a new car is always, I don't want to say always on here, but I think I had it on here last year and we decided not to. And then now it's on here again this year. And in all honesty, I'm even still on the fence if I'm going to do it this year or not, if I'm going to put the money towards other stuff. But anyways, it's on there. And then tracking spending, again, being mindful of spending, and particularly planners and planner stuff and all that. So for physical environment, I have clean house routine, work on training my dogs. I have a program that I've purchased that I want to follow and need to work through that with each of the dogs. We want to set a goal to paint our house, the interior of our house this year. And we have a little project on the side yard that we want to work on. So that is my physical environment goals. Vision board is also another thing that just like, I just don't have the energy for it. It's just not where I want to put my time. So I usually don't complete a vision board. What I do want to show you guys, I'm really excited about, is how I'm using the toolkits and what this looks like. Now, I actually have a snap-in pocket divider from Erin Condren. I've got like a few different sets of these. This one, I'm pretty sure it's part of a set or something, but these are from Erin Condren, and it's a snap-in pocket divider. It has a little divider tab here at the top, but I've actually just put some pages in here from my quarterly goals, the quarterly goals toolkit. I actually, like I said, I think I find that I love the quarterly goals toolkit. I use these pages a lot more than the ones from the annual goals. I still want to revisit the stuff from the annual goals, but these are from the quarterly goals toolkits. And this is just where I set up my ideal week for this quarter. I've also put in some quarterly goals. So again, breaking down what I had on my annual goals into quarterly goals. And then this is the quarterly goals reset checklist. I have quarterly reflections, a season bucket list, a yes/no list, and quarterly intentions. Again, when I'm doing stuff like these intentions, this yes/no list, I'm just, like I said, set a timer. You don't want to spend too much time analyzing it, overthinking it. Just set a timer and go. So that, I've got that at the beginning of my planner here to go with this quarter in particular. And then, and usually, I think like the coil size and everything matches up where you can use like the snap-in items from Erin Condren. A cover, however, won't fit. There's more holes, more spirals on here than the Erin Condren. So cover doesn't fit, but the snap-in accessories do. So that's why I'm using that. Then another thing I found for these toolkit inserts are these clear adhesive pockets. So these are little slip pockets. I think I have these linked in my Amazon store, but I'll definitely make sure I link them in this video. But I got a set of 12 of these, which is going to be perfect. I can use it all year long. And I took these pages from the quarterly goals toolkits that have one for each month, the monthly tracker here too, and put those in this slip pocket here on this tabbed page. And I did decorate a little bit only because I had some leftover stickers, but so those are on there. So now at the beginning of the month I have all my individual sheets for my quarterly goals toolkit. Okay, I've got my monthly spread here. I wrote on here when I want to do reflections and some Club Moxie trainings on here. We'll see what we can get to. I think like I've already figured out my schedule change, so I'm not going to be able to attend some of these live. Not going to be able to attend most of that stuff live, but I'll be catching on replay. Okay, so I've set my January goals. And then I've already gone like through, let's see, what's today? Today is January 6th, so I'm already like going through week 1 in here. And this is just what my weekly actions and my reflections look like. So again, I just gave myself like 5 minutes to like do the reflections, wrote what I could down, and if I didn't have anything, then just like move on. Couldn't come up with anything else, just move on. I did a little bit of journaling, a little bit of gratitude type stuff on here, and a decorated spread. I don't know if I'm going to decorate every week, but I just had a lot of pictures for, or I had a lot of stickers and decorations for 2025, New Year's type stickers, so I just put those on here. And this is my goals for this week, and I already did kind of throw down some decorations here. I'm supposed to have a very cold week here in Texas. Cold compared to what it normally is, I guess, but we're supposed to have a cold week, so I thought the penguins and this little like ice kit from Archer and Olive would be perfect. So that is that, I think. So what I've done is I just went ahead in like February and I put these pages down in this pocket, and then I did the same thing for March. I'm trying to think. I don't think I did anything else. I didn't do anything else here in the back with these notes pages. The only thing I have on here is the pen test. Oh. And that is it. That's just how I've set up my planner so far. How I'm using the toolkits. I do want to go back in here because I hadn't gone back in here in a couple weeks to like look again what's in these. But we've got AM, PM routines, values. This would all be good stuff to like work on too. Some other compass assessment worksheets. Current score. You put your current score on there and what your goal is. What you're going to do to get to that goal. So these will all be really good. And then powerful questions for your goals as well. Such good ideas here. So if you're stuck on like how to set goals or what goals you could set for each area, you can come back to these annual goals toolkit sheets and look at some of these questions here. And then I definitely want to do this, my word of the year, I want to write that in here, and then my personal mission statement, I want to come up with that as well. So there's still some pages that I want to work on here in these annual goals toolkit sheets. And that will be something I'll work on. I need to put that in my calendar, because if I don't put it down, like I'm gonna forget about it. But this, I think this one's empty. Yeah, because I have all those pages in here. So that is how I'm using my MakseLife goal planner, how I've set it up for the year. Let me know in the comments if you're using the MakseLife planner, how you're using it, if you're what goals you're setting for this year. Let's chat in the comments about it. Really quick too, I just want to remind you all that I am an affiliate from MakseLife, so I do have a discount code. It's SHERRISPLANS10, so it will save you 10% on all of your orders. You can actually use that for any of your planners, your accessories, anything like that. Digital products, you can also use it on their digital products, and you can also use it on that first month for Club Moxie. So if that's something you've been wanting to look at too, my discount code has worked for that in the past, for your first payment for Club Moxie, I should say. Again, that's SHERRISPLANS10, save you 10%. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all next time. Bye everyone.